I have had on more than a gazillion occasions people say that they find me intimidating. And I have to be honest, it does make me kind of chuckle a little bit, because if you actually know me, I am not an intimidating human. Here's the deal. Like, when people say that they find me intimidating and they're being serious about it, that's their stuff. It's not mine, right? If someone feels that way, oftentimes it's because they're projecting their own insecurities or assumptions onto me. And I'm like, okay, well, I can be that for you if you want, right? One of the things that I have learned is I am not here to shrink myself to make anyone else feel more comfortable. I'm just not doing it. I did it for a really long time, and I'm not doing it anymore. I stand confidently in who I am. And if that makes someone feel uncomfortable, that's just kind of a reflection of where they are in journey. And peace, love, and light, go deal with that somewhere else, because it's not my stuff to deal with. If you ask my friends who I really am, they'd laugh at the idea of intimidating. They'd understand because they've seen people say it to me before, but my friends would tell you a different story. They would tell you that I love more deeply than anyone they know. In fact, often my friends are like trying to protect my heart, because I do wear my heart on my sleeve, and I do love hard. I think they would tell you that behind closed, actually not even behind closed doors, they would tell you I can be funny as fuck, right? I can be very witty and very quick. I think I have a really good sense of humor, and I'm really just unapologetically myself at all times. You guys, I was just literally boating with one of my friends the other day, and I was wearing my Grinch onesie on the dock and on the boat, and I was just rocking it like I was wearing a pair of jeans and tennis shoes. I'm like, whatever. I love this thing. I think it's fun, and it's who I am. So I'll just do me. Whether I'm either being serious or purposeful or goofy or loving or all of the above, I show up authentically in every moment, right? I am who I am, who I am. Like, it doesn't matter if you see me in my home or on stage or here, it's who I am. And I really had to learn over the years to not waste time worrying about what other people think of me, because frankly, as Wayne Dyer says, it's really none of my business anyways. Like, I'm fiercely loyal to a fault. Like, I will stick by someone, less so to a point of like I shouldn't be than I did before, but I will stick by people. Like, I'm not a fair weather friend. Like, if we're in it, we're in it. Like, if shit's going down for you, it's going down for me. I'm going to stick by your side. They also are the one they know to come to me when they want my honest, candid opinion. Like, I'm not Willy Wonka. I'm not going to sugarcoat shit. So I'm going to call things out when they need to be called out. And over the years, I would say that I have developed the skill set to do that with more love. Like, when I was younger, I was brash, right? I was truthful without candor, and I was truthful without compassion. I was just like, oh no, you're doing that. Like, you're doing that shit to yourself. Like, you should probably stop. Right. And I think that I've figured out nicer ways to say things now. And I also will ask permission, because that's one of the things I've actually learned in the last several years. Not everyone's ready for the truth. And actually, I realized a couple years ago that in sharing things that people were not ready for, it could really shatter their world, and they would then come back on me, right? Because they could feel that it resonated as true for them, but they were not ready, and I did not ask permission. So I'm very candid, but I'm much more conscious about it now. Like, I'll be like, okay, well, I am seeing some things. Would you like me to share with you what those are? And then I'm going to tell them exactly what that is. Now, I don't have to do that with my friends around me, because they're going to call me up and they're going to be like, I need you to call it. Tell me what you see. I'm like, oh yeah, you're being an asshole. Like, you shouldn't do that. And they respect that, because I really am fair, and I just call it like I see it. I genuinely want people around me to rise to their fullest potential. I want that for people. One of the greatest compliments I've ever received from a client was, Kelly, you're like Michelangelo. You see the angel in the marble, and you will carve until you set it free. And that's what I've always done. When clients come to me, friends come to me, I see their highest vision of themselves. But sometimes taking off those layers, it takes a while, but I'll stick by them, because again, I'm loyal. So I'll stick by people and help them carve at the rate at which they're ready. I think my friends would also tell you again that Like, I can be intense. I'm going to say things straight shooter, but I can have my friends laughing so hard that they cannot breathe. And I will also be the one that shows up with a hug when they need it the best, right? Like, I'm there for them. If you followed me for 4 seconds on social media, you know this. I am obsessed with my dogs. One of my friends just said, like, you know, I didn't know, like, would you, like, I saw your dogs jump up on your velvet sofa. Is that okay? I'm like, they're like, is it okay? And I'm like, I let my dogs take out a loan in my name, right? Like, they can do whatever they want. Basically I work for them, right? They are the queens and king of the castle, and they can kind of do what they want. I'm obsessed with them. They are my favorite to hang out with. I also have a horse that I am madly in love with. Those guys bring so much joy to my life. And like, if you sit down next to me, chances are you're seeing horse and dog pictures, like, bar none. You're also going to hear me talk about my little. I am a soul mom. I have a stepdaughter. It's the best way that we can describe it. I have a stepdaughter that I left her dad, loved her, kept her, and co-parent with her mom. It's very unconventional again. You guys, I'm a rule breaker. I don't follow conventional wisdom. I just don't. So we kind of made up our own parenting arrangement, and it works for us. So I have the most amazing, beautiful soul child who I am madly in love with. Right. So that's a little bit about me. At the end of the day, again, back to this concept of people feeling intimidated. I kind of think they haven't taken the time to get to know the real me. I am who I am, and I can't be anything else. So I love myself. I'm happy to roll that way. It's just how I like it.